5D paintings, cross stitch, just started doing needle felting. I love doing jigsaw puzzles and playing puzzly computer games, and just generally keeping myself out of trouble by doing something with my hands at all times. King and Crochet Queen, and then final design is the one with no words, just 10, 11, 12, and get them all in the right place. Oh, even one more, should we care? I'm called Sonia Jones, and I am craft obsessed. I knit, I weave, I crochet, I spin, I hand dye my own yarn, I colour, I draw, I paint, I do 5D paintings, cross stitch, just started doing needle felting. I love doing jigsaw puzzles and playing puzzly computer games, and just generally keeping myself out of trouble by doing something with my hands at all times. King and Crochet Queen, and then final design is the one with no words, just 10, 11, 12, and get them all in the right place. Oh, even one more, should we care? I'm called Sonia Jones, and I am craft obsessed. I knit, I weave, I crochet, I spin, I hand dye my own yarn, I colour, I draw, I paint, I do 5D paintings, cross stitch, just started doing needle felting. I love doing jigsaw puzzles and playing puzzly computer games, and just generally keeping myself out of trouble by doing something with my hands at all times. King and Crochet Queen, and then final design is the one with no words, just 10, 11, 12, and get them all in the right place. Oh, even one more, should we care? I'm called Sonia Jones, and I am craft obsessed. I knit, I weave, I crochet, I spin, I hand dye my own yarn, I colour, I draw, I paint, I do 5D paintings, cross stitch, just started doing needle felting. I love doing jigsaw puzzles and playing puzzly computer games, and just generally keeping myself out of trouble by doing What about now? Can anyone hear me now? Are you hearing it now?
No, I can't tell on this.
It says it's working, but it says there's a lot of noise going on. Can anyone hear me? There seems to be a lot of noise happening with the mic, and I don't know what's going on. I am going to just go on my phone and see if I can hear myself. So I don't know if this sound's working for anyone. Working on YouTube. Okay, so the question is it working on Twitch? Yes, it looks like it is. Okay. Some reason OBS had changed my mic input. No idea why. It just apparently does what it wants to do. But that's okay, because it means that people on Twitch should be back from ads in 12 seconds, those who haven't already come back from ads. Looks like some people are still on ads. Yes, so you can hear me. Awesome. It's been changing the setup for craft today, and it's been a last minute rush. I've been doing my bobbin lace. I started it yesterday, but with sewing threads, and they kept sliding off, and I couldn't work out what was going on, so I changed to thicker threads. And they've still been sliding off, but in the last 20 minutes I've worked out why. And I've got these sides that I've been working on not sliding off anymore. But it does mean that I wrapped my bobbins wrong, and I need to rewrap all of the bobbins that are on this side, and all of the ones that are down beside me here that you can't see, that will get added onto this side in a minute. Basically, I'd wrapped them anti-clockwise when I should have wrapped them clockwise. Nothing in my beginner things ever said that there's a matter about which way you wrapped it, but apparently there is. So I've just got it propped up. It's normally on a stand, but that stand was no good for here. So I'm hoping this is going to work, but I don't know. But we will see. But how is everyone? What are you all up to? I'm going to try to keep an eye on the YouTube chat today, because obviously on Tuesday the Stream Elements multi-chat stopped sending YouTube chat, and I missed somebody come in and ask me questions. So I've got it up in front of me, and hopefully I'll be able to keep an eye on it today. But we're going to sit here and take these off and rewrap them the correct way round. Hopefully you can see in the top corner what I'm attempting to do, which is an intermediate pattern. So, you know, me being a complete beginner, I thought that would be a good idea. But we will see how it goes. I wanted to do this for so long, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to do it. And at the end of the day, you can all watch me struggle, because then as I get better, you'll see me improve. I'm afraid you won't see much of me winding, but I'm just winding them on. One thing I've worked out is that you wind the bobbin around, you don't wind the thread around. But let's see, that's still slid down more than it should have. Let's put it back up a bit. Oh, I know why. I did it again. I wrapped it anti-clockwise. It's automatic for me to do it that way, and this is my problem. It's more natural for me to twist the bobbin outwards than inwards, but we should twist it inwards to make it clockwise. That way round it should be. I don't wrap these very neat. I'm not very good at doing things. But I don't care. This isn't about teaching. This is just chatting while I learn to do it. So, and if you see all my mistakes, hopefully if you want to try it, you won't make so many mistakes. There you go. See? I don't know why that makes a difference, but now that's not coming off. Whereas these ones just fall down so bad. Sorry if you keep hearing me cough, my throat's a bit funny. There's nothing wrong with it, it doesn't hurt or anything, it's just being weird. But how are you all doing anyway? I think I already asked that. I'm half asleep, to be fair. Let's see if I can wrap it the right way around this time, shall we? Yes. I will get a better setup for this, so that I can do it over on my proper craft area at some point. But this was just a quick and dirty setup for the day, while I sit and do these. But I think I need to get maybe a little stand and put my bigger cushions on for that setup over there. Gonna find the right bobbins so I don't get them all tangled. So this is not going to be very exciting to start with, I'm afraid, while I rewind all of these bobbins. Ooh, helps if you don't drop them. Some of these bobbins did have lovely beads attached to them. Like this set here, I haven't put on yet. There. They did have nice beads attached to them, but the wire was hurting my hands, so I've had to take them off, and I'll redo them at some point. I've still got the beads, so I just need to put some new wire. I think I'm probably just going to use a beading thread or something, so that there's no actual metal wire, because it hits into my hand there and hurts. I'm almost wishing I did set up over on that craft area to give me a bit more room and better lighting. This might have worked over there too. Maybe on the break I'll switch back to the proper cams. I don't know. We'll see. Just thought it'd be nice to be able to sit at my computer and do this, so that all the screens are in front of me instead of to the side, so that I don't miss chat after missing them on Tuesday because of the multi one not working. But nope. Okay, bobbin down. Damn it. Hold on, I gotta get the bobbin. Ugh. Hopefully that wasn't too much of a horrible sight for you. Yeah, I wish there was a way to set this up so I could have my craft area and my computer all in front of me, but that's not really possible. So when I'm doing my craft stuff, all of my screens over to the side, which makes it a little harder. But it might be the better option in the long run, so I may switch back over to that camera in a minute. Just pick this up and move it over there. That's all it should take. Which is a pain, because someone can help me get the light set up for over here. Problem is, with the light on over there, it's got the umbrella in the way of the monitor, which is why I didn't want to do it until I've worked out how not to have the light in front of the monitor. Keep catching something flash out the corner of my eye. Is one of my screens going a bit doolally? Is it this camera? Something keeps flashing, doesn't it? What keeps flashing? Can't quite work it out. I don't know if it's something on my OBS or whether it's... Can't quite see what it is. Morning, Cheryl. How you doing? I don't think the flash is on my OBS. But there's definitely something flashing on the visible end of Twitch and YouTube, isn't there?
That's me.
No, were you watching it up there?
Yeah.
Did you keep seeing a flash?
Yeah, flickering across
Yeah.
the whole bottom of the screen.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. There it goes again. Guys, I'm going to go on a BRB a minute so I can see if I can work out what this flash is. If I can't, I'll be back in a second, alright? Sorry, Cheryl, I'll be back with you in a minute. Hi guys, hopefully you can hear me. I'm just changing back over. We couldn't work out what was going on, so we're going back to the normal craft setup, and hopefully the flashing will stop. We take that one off. Let's move. Actually, put that on a move. That camera. No, not 2. Camera 3. There. Box 3 we will turn off. Sorry, it's all palaver. You can't hear me? Oh, you're doing alerts, you can't. No worries, more. Hopefully the rest of you can hear me, and we will fix the technical difficulties we are having. Nope. This is a nightmare. There we go. Hopefully you can see things better. You see, this is what we're working on here. The glitch is still happening, is it? I don't know what's going on with that glitch. So, it wasn't happening on the BRB screen, which means it might be something to do with the ATEM. It's still happening, isn't it? BRB screen doesn't use the ATEM, and it wasn't happening on that, so it's gotta be the BRB screen. Just had 3 in a row. How annoying is it for you all guys? Because I don't know what's causing it. The only thing we've done different is we've moved the ATEM into a hub. So the only thing I can think of doing is moving the connection back to PC, but that means I'd have to shut down the stream to do it. Will it annoy you guys too much if it's going throughout the stream? Because if it won't annoy you guys too much, then we'll leave it for now, and I will try to get it fixed later. I think we're gonna have to see how that goes. And if it comes too annoying, I'll have to just stop the stream or something. Right, can you guys see that there? We'll go with it for the minute. And if it becomes annoying, we'll have to just stop the stream and replug in the ATEM, and I'll have to restart the stream. It's the only thing I could think it is where we've plugged in the ATEM to, because it doesn't happen on the BRB screen. Can't think of any other reason. It doesn't annoy you, but you're listening more than watching, which I think most of you are, so hopefully it won't be too bad. But we're just going to go with it. But Cheryl, how are you doing today, Cheryl? Sorry, I disappeared to BRB while we tried to sort this, just as you came in. What crafts are you up to today? I am trying to rewind these bobbins onto the correct way in an attempt to be able to work this. Just a heads up, Shell, that my streaming software, the Restream, the multi-chat thing on Tuesday stopped putting the YouTube chat in. Now I'm trying my best to keep an eye on it just in case I miss any. But if I miss a message and it takes more than a couple of minutes, do message in Discord and hopefully I'll spot it and then I can see what you're doing. Because I don't know why it's suddenly being a pain. It's all these updates. Every time it does an update, something goes wrong on it. And it's really annoying. I'm thinking of switching to from Restream to Stream Elements multi-streaming to see how that works. But they don't have the capability to reply in the chat window for the multi-chat. So I'd have to individually respond to each thing that I type out in YouTube and Twitch instead of just doing one and having it do all then. So when I post links, I'd have to post it individually, whereas on this one I can just post it on its own, providing I can reach my stream deck. Apparently that's not working anyway right now. Why is that not working? Ah, there we go. See, I can press it once and that should go through to both, which it has. Whereas with the other software, I'd have to type it into both chats, which is a bit more annoying. Back, put bread into starting the machine. Ooh, yummy. Nothing quite like fresh baked bread, is there? Oh, so good. I'm not supposed to eat bread because I'm gluten intolerant, but I do because it tastes so good. Oh, that one's already done. I was just about to take apart the one I just done. So in case you missed that, Cheryl, we're having a few glitchy problems. I'm hoping it's not going to annoy everyone too much. If it does, then we might have to stop the stream while I try to work it out. Have I done that one as well? That's round the right way, isn't it? Yeah, I already do that one. I'm a little confuzzled where I got to because the stream's been doing its annoying thing. I'm almost wondering if I've wound some of these correctly and some of them incorrectly. Because that one's rolling that way too. I may have changed these ones as I put them on. No, see, that one's incorrectly because when I tip that way it's rolling, undoing. So this one needs to do. Can't stop, but just want to say how fab that is. Yes, the bobbins and that are getting very good use. Thank you very much. And the cushion and all of the pins. I've had to take the beads off some of the bobbins because the wires were sticking out and hurting, so I'm going to redo them, but I've kept all of the beads so I can redo it again. Hopefully set it up almost identical, but with a different wire that doesn't stab into my hand because it was stabbing in here where I hold it. But I appreciate all this stuff and I'm so glad that I'm finally getting a chance to do something with it. But I wound all my bobbins wrong, so I've got to rewind them. It turns out it does matter if you roll them wind them up clockwise versus anti-clockwise. I've been trying to work out for the last 2 days why they keep unraveling. No matter what tricks I tried for double hitch knots and all sorts. And it turns out from the looks of it, because I did a test, that if you wind them anti-clockwise, which is what I wound most of these bobbins, they will unravel. But if you wind them clockwise, they don't seem to go anywhere. I don't know why. I will have to read through some of the many books and see if it tells me. But hopefully they won't unravel so much anymore. But how are you doing? How are you feeling? Hopefully not too bad. I know you said that you've come down with something, which is not great. Bread. Yeah, it's so good, isn't it? We need to make some more, but I think we've actually run out of supplies, so we're going to have to wait until we go shopping. You're just overwhelmed. You took too much. Oh, yeah, this is a nightmare, isn't it? I took on so much the last couple of years, I had to take a step back. I dropped my craft group because I just couldn't continue it. And I dropped a bunch of the shows I was doing, so I'm only doing the big shows now, none of the small ones, to try to minimise what I'm doing. Is there any way anyone can take over doing any of the stuff you've got to get done? And also, hi Eminog, how you doing? Sorry. Kind of noticed you sneak in, and I didn't notice. Let's see if... I don't know if Duncan's busy. I don't know if he can do the shout out, so I might have to do the shout out for you, because I think he might be busy. Let me move over to my computer a minute so I can do the shout out. Be right back. Got an email I need to respond to, but we'll stay watching the background. No worries. Oh, Duncan's done it. Okay. Is it working, or do I need to refresh it again? I think I need to refresh again, because that didn't come up. Do you want to try again for me, Dunk? I've refreshed it. Try again. I have to refresh this thing every time. There we go. There. It worked, sort of. I don't actually know what the volume's like on those clips. I hope they're not too quiet or too loud. Yeah, is there anyone that can take over anything you've got on, Emmy? Because you do have a lot on. Wrong way again. I'm rewinding all my bobbins, Emmy, because I wound them the wrong way, because I'm clever like that. You see, because I'm smart, says sarcastically, I'm a beginner bobbin lace maker. I've only done bookmarks. And I decided to take on an intermediate pattern because it's a pumpkin and I really love pumpkins. But because I'm a beginner, I didn't know that there's a specific way, clockwise versus anti-clockwise, you should wind up your bobbins. And I wound them all anti-clockwise. And they keep slipping off. So now I have to rewind them all clockwise so that they stop slipping. But we're getting there. No, unfortunately, I've had to take on some extra work due to the top of my roof breaking. Oh no! Ah! Okay, yeah, so you kind of need to do the work. Oh, gutted. We rent here, so if there's any household damage, we don't have to cover it, luckily. I don't know what we'd do if we'd had to pay for any damages to this place. Thank you, Duncan. What are you playing there, more? I don't do shoot games. I'm not very good at that sort of thing. Panic. Panic in the middle of a gunfight is not the best move. Now you're going into that. No worries. If I need to do any more shout outs, I'll try to do them myself. Oh, I just made the mistake of looking at the bright light because we haven't got the protective cover of the umbrella on it. That was not clever. Wish there's something I could do to help you, Emmy, but I don't think there's anything I'd be able to do for you. You know, just to take the weight of everything off you. Yeah. Is there any major deadlines, or can you push things back a little? Maybe by even maybe a extra day or so would help. I don't know. It's weekly deadlines, not really. Yeah, no good then. Well, I send lots of energies your way and virtual hugs. I think that's what I like about being self-employed. I can set my own deadlines. Unfortunately, sometimes that means I don't get things done that I should. Did I do this one already? Because this one should have been done next. Can't remember. Let's take it off. That is correct. Way around. Let's pop one of those in there a minute, and then I can pop them in there once I've done them. So I think I just did that one, didn't I? Let's double check, but I think that's this one. Nope, that one is still clockwise. Anti-clockwise. Trying to remember exactly what it is you said you do, Emmy. Something to do with social media and things, isn't it? Sorry if that's completely wrong. It's like Duncan works with email marketing, but it took me years to work out exactly what it was, his actual title was, and he does. I was just asking what it is you do, Emmy. I think it was something to do with social marketing, wasn't it? Or marketing or something. I just can't quite remember. I have a head like a sieve. It's amazing. Craft stuff goes in, stays in. Anything else goes in and goes straight back out. As soon as I rewound all these, we will get on to doing something more exciting by actually making stuff up, but I gotta rewind these first. Otherwise it would just not be good. Do social media marketing event. That was it, yeah. See, I thought I remembered it was something like that. I should rack your brain so you can teach me how to do it. Pay you to teach me. I should do more social marketing and things with my business, because my socials are shockingly taken care of, but I don't know what I'm doing half the time, you know. I always get these offers of people saying, you know, I can help you do with your advertising thing, but I don't know them, so I don't trust them, because they could be just spammers, you know. these two. We are playing loose with the colours for these pumpkins because I didn't have much colour range in this size cotton, so this is what we've gone with. So the main part of it's going to be done in this one, and then the infill bits, the patterny bits, are being done with this one. But I don't have a lot. That's all I have of that one, whereas I do have two of these, so they're pretty good. And the stem I'm going to do in this green. It's actually a slightly different weight. This is an 8 and these are a 20, but I don't have a green in 20, so we're just going to have a thicker stem, and I don't think anyone will notice or care. It's for me, so it doesn't really matter, does it? At the end of the day, this is going to have a lot of mistakes in it as I learn to do it, as it's definitely above my capabilities. But you don't learn how to do these things until you try to do them. So we're just going to do it. That is my son ringing me on FaceTime. How do I hang up? There we go. That's my middle son, who knows I stream every Thursday and yet somehow just tried to FaceTime me. Do me a favour when you're free, ring your brother, Reese, and ask him why he's tried to FaceTime me. I'm live.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you. No camera that would catch you. Don't worry, yeah, there's no face cam on my craft ones at the moment. That was my oldest son, just trying to sneak past. He doesn't like being on camera, so he tries to make sure there's no cameras pointing upwards.
Only go on camera when it's...
Yep. But yeah, just ring Reese and tell him I hang up on him because I'm in the middle of live streaming. I don't know what he wants. So has anyone else done bobbin lace before? Because I am welcome, very, very open and welcome to hints, tips and tricks. Because as you can see, I don't know what I'm doing. I wound all the bobbins the wrong way around. I actually watched a YouTube lady to how to get started. She made it look very simple. And it is in general, but she didn't give a thing about winding the bobbins had to be clockwise. I don't know if maybe if you do them anti-clockwise you need to do the hitch knot the opposite way around, so do it with my right left instead of left right or something. I don't know. I'll have to look into it and try testing it a few times. But this is one of her patterns. It's Glacier B, and it's a very nice pattern, but she because it's an intermediate pattern, there's actually zero information about how many bobbins and how much length on those bobbins I need. She does say you need 19 pairs, 38 bobbins to do the project, but that's as far as she goes. She doesn't say you need 10 orange and 9 refills, the infill colour or anything. So I've just kind of had to look what goes where and try to guess it myself, which is a little annoying. Because with knitting and crochet patterns, even in an expert pattern will still say you need X amount of yarn, you need such and such needle size or hook size, and gives you the stitch breakdown and that sort of stuff so you know what you're working with. That's just basic supply information. But apparently intermediate bobbin lace patterns don't come with that sort of stuff, which surprised me. And I didn't know until after I'd already bought the pattern. But I think I can work it out, you know. There's only so many ways things can be done. And it's a learning curve, and it's one thing where we can see how that's already just unravelled and it's just coming off. That's what's been happening, and I think it's due to wrapping them anti-clockwise instead of clockwise, so the hitch knot that I use doesn't hold it in place, it just comes undone. Whereas I seem to look like when I did it in the clockwise method, it holds them in place. These ones aren't unraveling, so that is what I assume I did wrong, but this is how I will learn, and I don't mind showing that I've got something wrong, because this might help someone else who is just starting out and needs to know how to do it, because none of the stuff I've seen told me that I have to wind it clockwise. But maybe they just assume you know that. I'm doing it again. No, I am doing it the right way. Yeah, it is going the right way. I thought I was doing it the wrong way for a second there. Yeah, I'm guessing they figured it was normal. Oh, what's just... Oh, Treaty Geek just raided. Hello, how you doing? Sorry. Difficult seeing my screen for a second. I heard the noise. How you're doing? Thank you for coming on in. Lurk while editing. No worries. I will sort out your shout out in just a second. I just finished wrapping this one up, because I believe Duncan's working at the moment, so he can't do my shout out. This is the only problem when your mod is your husband who's working. When he's working, he can't do it for me. Hopefully that'll work.
I have that effect on Emmy. Yeah,
I
don't think.
have a crisis.
She's not used to being called a good girl.
Scruff, you stream as well, don't you? I think you do. Let's give you a shout out. It's a problem, I can't remember everyone I'm following nowadays. It's like not everyone I'm following streams, so it's trying to remember them all. Yeah, Scruff streams a lot. Yeah. See, this is the thing, trying to remember everyone. I have a bad memory. What game is that he's playing? That seems interesting. This is a long old clip. I'm doing alright. I'm just rewinding all these bobbins that I wound the wrong way. I'm undoing that one, and that one's already the right way. No, it is the... No, I am doing it right. Oh my god, I'm so confused. I'm a bit tired. So I round all these anti-clockwise when I need to wind them clockwise. So I'm just redoing them all. And then I can get on with actually making the pumpkin, which is going to be more of a mix of yellow, orange and brown, because I don't have the right colour thread. But I really wanted to do it, so like, I'm not going to wait for the thread. It's mine and it doesn't matter. I can do it any colour I like. How was your stream? What were you streaming? I missed that. I was so busy trying to get all this done that I haven't watched anyone's streams really since watching Mash's breakfast bounce this morning. I just got on with this. I should have got a video edited today as well. It was supposed to have gone out yesterday, but I forgot. So I will get that edited later, possibly tonight, because Duncan's going off to help my middle son Reese do some work on some cars, because my son is a mechanic and he needs some extra help, some helping hands. So if Duncan's off doing that late, I might get the video edited and get it uploaded and scheduled for going out next Wednesday. It means it's a week late, but it doesn't really matter. It's just my unboxing Warhammer videos. There's nothing super important, but I do try to keep on top of them because I got quite far behind, and I need to stay on top of it all. Just with the wall shows being over for the year for me, I should be able to keep on top of things a little better now, because I've got a whole bunch of videos waiting to be edited and put out, and I've got a bunch of videos I need to get filmed and then edited and put out, so I've got people waiting for tutorials. Streamed more of Prince of Persia today. Been feeling a bit rough with my stomach today, so I'll probably be going for a lie down shortly. Oh yeah, go for a lie down. Stomach troubles are, I hate them. I think people who don't have stomach troubles don't understand that it's not just like a little upset tummy that goes away in 24 hours. No, it's a whole issue that just, look at food and your stomach goes, Hi Mash, how you doing? This looks super fun. This is fun when you get it right the first time. I'm rewinding them all because I got it wrong. Give me a second and I will give you a shout out as my helpful mod is working. Sorry, my computer's one table and my craft stuff is the other table, so I've got to move between them all. Mash, you're on my YouTube. This is why I couldn't do the shout out. I was like, why is it not saying that? And it's because you're on my YouTube. Can I do a shout out when the person's not in chat? I've never tried. Should we try? Yep, there we go.
I've not got to you yet.
It's usually you on TYG. Emmy, aren't you supposed to be resting? Yeah, you lot are all terrible at resting. I mean, I'm terrible at doing it too. I think that's the thing, is most of us are really bad at actually resting because our brains are on such a hyperdrive. We're just like, well, we've got to do this and we've got to do that and we've got to do this and we've got deadlines, and we don't rest, and it's so important that we should. And you bet all lovely box your lungs. Exactly, yes, all of you need to have your rest. I mean, I appreciate you coming around here and lurking around, but you need to have your rest. It's so important. Just in case there's anyone who doesn't know, if there's anyone in chat who doesn't know the Treat You Greek crowd, MASH actually has a book out. So do go and check it out. I think you might still be a VIP on YouTube, Mash. On Twitch. So feel free to put a link in. I haven't got a thing with it at the moment. Or if anyone else has got it, let me know. Send it to me and I can send the link. When it comes to TRG invest, it's more of a case of do as I say, not as I do. Yes! Which is not a good way to work it, but it has to be done. Cheryl, are you doing more spinning today? For those who don't know, Cheryl does drop spindle spinning. I only do spinning wheel spinning. Cheryl does drop spindle, and it's so freaking amazing. I dream to be that good. I don't know how she does it. I put the drop and drop spindle. Cheryl makes it look like a breeze. You're spinning. Awesome. Are you spinning that colour you were spinning, was it last week? Week before? When was it? It's been, no, I've been missed a couple of weeks, didn't I? Because that was such a pretty colour. And the link worked. Awesome. Yes, do check out Mash's book. I am so excited to start reading it. I haven't had chance to yet. I'm still trying to finish the book that I'm on, but I keep falling asleep. Normally I read for hours, but last week or so I've actually been so tired I've just fallen straight asleep and not got reading done. We're almost there. We just need to rewind these ones that are on the side here, and then we can start working our way down there, adding in the ones that are onto the side here. Lipstick dog. Hiya, how you doing? I gotta fly. Have a good stream. No worries. Thank you. Sorry I didn't spot you come in. I would have said hi before otherwise. I'm terrible. I literally have a thing that redeemed this for you've missed a chat because I'm always missing them. Still working on the blue I was doing before the TLF. Ah, awesome. I can report or block I want to do. YouTube does not make it easy to click on your account. No, they really don't, do they? That's something I think Twitch does better than YouTube, is that they make it easier to click on your accounts, get your links, and be more interactive. Turning up, saying nothing, announcing that I'm leaving, entirely on brand for me. Sounds fair. I think you stream as well, don't you, Cryptic Dog? I cannot speak today. I will give you a shout out in a second. Hopefully. And then I will do my hydrate and stretch, because I definitely do need to do that. Alright, hopefully that's worked. And I can play while I have my hydrate and my stretch, which I am doing, I promise. I have my hydrate. What in the don't blame me, okay? Sidekick just pulls the clips out of nowhere. There's been some really old ones apparently for some people's streams. They just seem to pull them out of everywhere. I don't know where they come from. Okay, apparently ads are going to start in about 35 seconds. So I'm going to let them run. and then we'll get back to doing this. But obviously we'll do a little bit of words on stream as well. No, it's Crypto. I try to shout everyone out because I like to show support. I know I don't have many people viewing, but you never know. You can always find even one person. It's one person more than you would have had, isn't it? I'm sorry about the glitch if you can see it. It's still happening. I don't know what's going on with it. Hopefully it's not annoying people too much. But, okay, that's going to add. So we're going to go BRB and we'll be back in a second. Sorry guys, you can probably hear. I was just finishing a bit of chocolate bar. I didn't bother going on to the word screen that we normally do after coming back from a break, because I figured there wasn't anyone playing, so you're all busy. So we're just going to get straight back to this. That camera is on the wrong places again, aren't they? So you probably all just saw me stuffing my face with the chocolate too. Lovely. Professional me here, aren't I? So we should be on... Which one's that one? That one should be... don't know why it's changed to the wrong ones. And then... Oops, 3 should be off. Seems to change as it feels like it. Yeah, because it's wrong side again, isn't it? There we go. Camera's also moved because it's not straight. There we go, like that. So Cheryl was asking what book you do, MASH. I don't know how to describe it. I'm not very good at writing these things. But it's fancy words. I have no words. I'm sorry, MASH. So right, I'm going to have a lie down and probably nap now. Hope you have a lovely rest of the stream. Yes, go and have a lie down, have a rest. Thank you very much for popping in. I very much appreciate it. Right, go and get your rest. And make sure you actually rest. Epic fantasy. There we go. Tragic, sapphics, and shits. Yeah. But I've seen not outcuts, non-spoiler bits, so that is done the right way. And I'm actually really excited to read it, so you should check it out, Cheryl. You can get them on Kindle, or you can get them as softback books. I'm not sure what books in America, of course you're America. Not sure what books, but what bookstores they would have over there, but Amazon probably would. I'm assuming that's correct, MASH. Yeah, that is the wrong way. You did good singing. Awesome. Gotta promote the book. I'm just so looking forward to reading it. Never wanted to get my other books finished so fast, but I have an issue where I'm a completionist. I have to finish the other book before I start the other one. I can't just leave it and come back to it later. I have issues. I'm the same if I watch movies or TV series. If a new series comes out, I have to watch everything again from season 1 upwards to whatever season. Even if it's like season 15 coming out, I have to watch season 1 to 14 before I can watch 15. I have real issues. But not terribly important issues, but they're issues. Drives Duncan mad because he often wants to just get watching the next series that comes out, but 9 times out of 10 I'm like, no, I need to watch all from the beginning first. Like if we watch a movie, I need to watch parts 1, 2, whatever, before I watch the new one that comes out. I hope I live up to your expectations, but you take your time, I have more to come. I am sure you will live up to the expectations. So I'm super excited. It wouldn't be so bad and I'd be able to put the book down if I could remember reading them before. Because I have technically read these books I'm reading before, this whole series. But I read them back in 2017. And I don't remember reading them because that's when I had my hemiplegic attack. And though I didn't know it at the time, I've apparently lost a bunch of memories from that time. Because even though I can tell I've read them because Kindle tells me that I read them. And I only ever hire books and mark them as read once I've read them. But I have zero recognition of reading. I read number 1. I remember parts of number 1. But I don't remember any of the other books. I'm on book 6 of 7 at this point, and I don't remember any of it. And yet I know 100% I read them, and I just don't remember them. And it's like I see projects on my Ravelry, or memories that come up on Facebook, and I have no recognition of them. I just don't remember them. There's a lot of my childhood I don't remember as well, but I think that's trauma related. I did sort out a little VTuber thing to have on my Thursday craft chat, so while I don't have a camera. But because I'm me, I forgot to set it live this morning. Well, this afternoon, so we've just got the dragon up there for the day. Poor little dragon who gets dragged out whenever I need him to fill a spot. Mood. Yes. Yeah, you lot understand, which is quite nice. It's actually really nice that I found a community on Twitch who actually understand chronic health problems and trauma problems. So they don't mind when you're not quite with it and you're having to repeat yourself or you don't remember something and that. So it's quite nice. It's like my YouTube community, they've stuck with me so much because I go through phases being able to post loads and then not posting hardly anything for months because I'm just too ill. And yet they stick around and they come back when I start posting again, which I super appreciate. And Cheryl is a regular who is almost always here on a Thursday for me, which is really nice. And then I get to live through dreams of being as good as Cheryl with her spinning because she shares it with me in my Discord and that, which is so nice because it teaches me that it can be done and one day I will do it. At the moment I'm just spinning on my spinning wheel and I love my spinning wheel. I wouldn't stop using it at all, but if I got better at drop spindle I'd be able to take my spinning projects with me when I go out, which would be really nice. Because it's a bit harder to transport my spinning wheel around because it's a Ashford traditional from the 70s, so it's not in the best condition. It's not really suitable to be travelling around everywhere with it. Okay, last one to rewrap, and then I can actually get on with doing some bobbin lace. We're going to be working down the side while adding in the ones that are just to the side of me here. and then we work on those ones we've added in to a point, and then we take them off and then continue working down. If that makes sense, you'll see what I get going. The thing with this pattern is you can work each part simultaneously, or you can work them separately within reason, and then just add the extra bobbins in to do the next part later on. So you can pick how many bobbins you want on the go. As I'm still reasonably new, I'm not going to add more than the absolute minimum needed to get done. As I get better, hopefully, in a year's time, I would have had so much practice that I'd be able to do all of the bobbins and work everything simultaneously. But for now, we're not doing that because it will get in a knot. And we're all hobbling along until finding each other. Yes, exactly. Yeah, I was so glad Emmy introduced me to you guys, because I hadn't seen you pop up on Twitch before Emmy mentioned you on her stream, and so I came over and checked you out, and I'm so glad I did, because you're freaking awesome. Right, so we've got to build down here. Hopefully you can see that. We're building down here, but we've got, see these lines here? This is more bobbins, so we've already added those that side. We've got 8 to add in this side as we go. This is my working pair, so this is the ones we will use to go backwards and forwards with. And hopefully now that I've rewound them all, they won't all start going haywire on me. She says, well, that one loosens up. Typical. There we go. So as I said, I'm still very beginner on this, so I can't do it fast like you see all those people who've been doing it for years and they just throw them over and know where they're going. I'm very, very beginner, so I'm just kind of very slow at doing this, but I will get there eventually, I'm going to move that out of my way a minute because that's in my way. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pop it there. I can hold them up out of the way. Okay, at this point, we're going to do it every other thing, but for this one, we're going to add in a new pair. Which I probably need to, I need to re-wrap these ones as well, but let's add them in first and then worry about wrapping them after. So we want to give them a little twist and add in. Now those 2 will now sit unused until we've added all 8 in down here. So we're just going to take these back. So my working pair will work backwards and forwards each time. And as we get to the end, always give them a twist. They're called twist and cross, the movements. And it's just the same movements over and over again. Just try to get that pin in there. So the movements are always the same. So with the middle 2, you always take the bobbins. Can I come up here? Look. 1, 2, 3, 4 is the name of the bobbins. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 2 always goes over 3. That's the first move. And then 4 and 2 go over 1 and 3. That's the twist move. And then 2 goes over 4. Again, that's the cross move. And that's it. That's all you do every single time. And you're only ever working with 4 bobbins at a time. So it's a lot simpler than it looks. It's just fiddly. Okay. This one we don't add one into because it's every other one, so we'll put that one to the side. So we just work back again. As I said, I'm still beginner, so I'm not great at this. I ran out of pins there, so I need, where did I put them? I have a tub of pins I put here. Where did I put them? Can anyone see my tub of pins? Is it behind? Ah, they're over there. I forgot to move them over here when I moved. There we go. One tub of pins. Slow and steady wins the race. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And this is just fun for me. It's not something I have to what do you call it? I have to do fast for work or anything. This is just a little bit of fun and downtime for me, because I need some downtime. Always tension it a little, so give it a thing. So this slides. Try not to stab yourself when you pick out more pins. Okay, so this one now needs a new one of them put on. So we'll grab that. Pop that on. Give them a little twist. Always twist them when you start so that they're crossed over. By doing that move, you lock them in place. They're now knotted around and they won't come out when you pull out the pin. Trying to make sure you don't miss one of your little holes. I think that was someone coming out my front door, not sure. Ah, yeah, that's my eldest son. He's obviously off to work. That one doesn't need a new one because we did that on the last one. So we're just gonna work straight back. Need to make them a little longer because they're getting a little short. So I'll do that in a second. Nope, that's 2 pins. We only want 1. Pins have magnetised themselves, so they've Okay, so we need a twist, but we need to add one on. I'm just gonna expand these down a little, ready for when I come back over. So grab another set. Give it a twist. Make sure you haven't over twisted the other ones. Pop them in. So I keep trying to keep it on camera, but this keeps sliding. I could do with these being a little longer too. See, the working ones will need twisting down more often because obviously they're going backwards and forwards rather than just these ones which are basically going straight. That's 2 again. Yeah. Don't need an extra on that one because we'd already what do you call it? Done one on the previous one. Okay. Put a pin in and then we need to add another set again. Unstick. These are totally magnetized to each other. This makes it very difficult. Another set. Ooh. See what I mean? This one's unraveling. I will redo these ones the proper way in a minute once I've got them all attached. I'll do it. Just be easier. And that's just slid right down off of my board as well. Can you see it sliding down there? Get this attached and then fix it. All my surfaces are very slidey, so this is not going well. Oh, Holly, hiya, Holly, how you doing? So, missed you come in there. It's not as complicated as it looks. I make it look complicated because I'm very beginner and I don't know. I can't do it fast. But you're only ever working with 2 bobbins, 2 pairs, so 4 bobbins at a time. And they always follow the same route. So you have 1, 2, 3, and 4. 2 always goes over 3. Then 4 and 2 go over 1. And then 2 goes over 3 again. And that's it. You pick up your next pair and you do the same. 2 over 3. 1 and 2 over... Sorry, 2 and 4 over 1 and 3. And then 2 over 3. Same move over and over again. So it looks complicated, but it's really not. The hardest part is keeping track of where your bobbins are for doing the pattern. Or in my case, keeping it still because it keeps moving. Honestly, if you watch someone who knows what they're doing, you'd be able to see it's not as complicated. But as I said, I'm very, very beginner who is an idiot and chose a complicated pattern to do. It's an intermediate pattern, but I chose to do it as a beginner. Right, no thread on that one, so we just go back the other way. Yeah, I've always wanted to learn bobbin lace, but it was only after I saw a lady on TikTok who was explaining it that I understood how it worked. And then my wonderful craft friend Kathy, who popped in earlier, her mum used to do bobbin lace, and she gave me all of the equipment her mum had when she was clearing out her parents' place. And so I got a lot of bobbin supplies, which meant that I was able to start learning it. I'm going to push these down a little out of my way. I need to buy the pushing tool to push these down because it really hurts. Right, need to add another one in here. Stop. That a little longer. Oop. See, they will come off pretty easily until you've got them joined in. Once you've got them joined in, they don't tend to go anywhere. Unless you do it wrong, which is highly possible with me, let's face it. Give me a second, Holly, and I will give you your shout out. I just need to remember where I've got to each time. Leave them there a second and give you a little shout out. Mash. Actual witchcraft. No other explanation. Or do you still want that bundle of... Yes. Yes, I do. Most definitely. Thank you very much. Okay, hopefully that is going to work. Or has it stopped working again? Do I need to refresh it again already? Does anyone else use Sidekick for their shout outs? Because the amount of times I have to refresh this to make it work. I don't know if any of you saw the video then, but I didn't at my end. There we go.
Ash! Hey!
Yeah, I have to keep refreshing the damn thing. You use Mix It Up. Does that do video shout outs? Worked that time. Awesome. Yeah, I don't know why it keeps... See, Mally's the one that told me about it, and I don't know if he has the same problem. I'll have to check in with him. Right, we are working our way back here. So there's 8 that I'm adding in here. Come on, loosen off. There we go. So once I've got the 8 added, we will rewind them. And then we can start working those in then. It's sliding off, doesn't it? Normally I do this on a wooden stand, but it's too short for me to work in when I'm in my office chair. So I need a taller stand for it. Sorry if you can hear my watch, I forgot to put it on mute again, because you know, I'm good like that. It does, it doesn't, don't remember to that. Alright, okay, cool. So I'll look into Mix It Up and see if that's better then. Because I've heard of Mix It Up, I've heard a few of you mention it, but I've not looked into it, so I'll have a look. Was it you who said you were doing space themed? Yes. We're doing a game. It's called Pressure, and it's designed for newbies like myself to learn how to do tabletop roleplay games. So it's all space themed. We're basically a crew on a ship traveling around, looking for working sometimes for the corporation, sometimes against the corporation, while all having various tasks that we are personally trying to do. We're a rag-bagged crew. We are very much like the crew of Firefly in the sense that none of us have any actual qualifications, and we're just kind of, well, we have different types of qualifications, but we're just kind of working our way around and winging it. Sorry, I'm quiet because I'm concentrating. Another pack. Is there a place to show how to make bobbins and the pillow? I don't know if Glacier B has anything on her channel. This pillow is literally just is it polystyrene? I think that's the name for it. It's just a block of polystyrene that I've covered with fabric, and the cookies and things that I've got, which are basically big round ones, they're called cookies, cookie pillows. They are just big blocks of polystyrene. So any kind of polystyrene foamy type thing, something you could stick needles in, and you can stab it thousands of times, will do the job. You want it quite firm because obviously you are getting quite a lot of weight on there, but the fabric, you literally just lay the fabric over. You could be more nicer and make something that fits over it properly, which some of the cookies have, but most of them I've just got fabric draped over them. And the bobbins, do you mean making the actual bobbins or just winding the bobbins? If it's just winding the bobbins, Glacier does have a video on winding the bobbins, though she didn't specify it had to be clockwise, hence my mistake. If it's making the actual physical bobbins, oh, that's come off. Hold on. You can see some of the bobbins don't have anything to attach to the end, but other bobbins, like these ones, they have a hole in the end here, which you can just attach a thread or some wire with some beads on the end to help weigh them down. But as I said, I need to redo them because the wire on them was old and cutting into my hands. Push that pin in a bit more so it's coming off. Keeps coming off. I think this polystyrene, I think, has been stabbed a little too many times. I can't keep finding the angle to stop things, the pins leaning too far forward and coming off. But again, it's beginner user error. It's not hard. I'm just bad at this. But I will get better as my practice. Yeah, I've not seen any videos of people like wood turning the bobbins or anything, but people can just use pegs. You can literally use anything that you can hold the thread on. So I've seen people literally just use clothes pegs and wrap the thread around the clothes pegs. So it's pretty much anything that will hold thread really, and that you can put a bit of weight behind. There's getting more and more tutorials online for this stuff. When I first looked into it many years ago, there wasn't really anything. So I had to kind of try to understand it myself. But the last few years, more and more people have started doing it again. And so you're getting more tutorials out there. So have a quick search on Google. You might find exactly what you need. Right, I think we did one on that one, didn't we? So we don't want one on that one, I don't think. And we've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, one more on the next one. Well, that one. I'm trying to see here a minute. That one. I think I may have messed up on that side. I did. I'm going to do the same mess up on this side. The video instructions said every other one, but I've just noticed the last one isn't every other. It's actually right next to it, but I'm going to do the same as I did last time, do it every other so it's equal. It's not going to affect it too much. Right, last one on. Right, so we've got all of the ones we need attached. I'm just going to push those pins in a little more. So I'm going to re-wrap these ones that were... I wish that would stop falling off. I'm going to move that way a little, and that way I can have it closer to me. Oh wow, good progress. Thank you. It's getting there. You've seen my struggles. I now know who Kara Sakara is, so I don't feel so bad that I'm completely butchering their name. I won't say who because they haven't said, but they will be having their own Twitch stream going soon, so once they're set up I will be giving a shout out for them. Right, so we're going to rewrap these so that they go, because you can see how easy these are coming off. This because I've wrapped them incorrectly, so I need to wrap them correctly, and that way I can work. But what we're going to do is these ones that we've added, the 8 on that side and the 8 on that side, we're going to work them in the cathedral pattern here first before we do any more on the outside edge. And then once we've done them, we're going to then work them into the outside edges to be able to take them off, and then those get took off. Much appreciated. No worries. Oop. Man down. Bobbin down. Hold on. I set my desk up so that I can sit or stand, which means that it's climbing into the chair, so it's a bit of a palaver getting in and out of my chair because I'm too short. Hey, bobbing overboard. Yep. It's to be fair, it's only the second time I've had bobbing overboard on stream. I think I did it once earlier before the first break, and then this time, didn't I? So that's not as bad as I thought it would be. Because honestly thought I'd have a lot more bobbing overboards. But as we get these rewrapped the correct way, they should stop falling off altogether, which should be good. And I learned something new today, which is what I try to do, to learn something new each day. Wow, I was here for half. Try to do this and then remember which ones I've done so I don't redo them multiple times. Yeah, I know, because this being a pumpkin, you'd do it October mainly, but it's gonna take me at least 2 months to do this because of me being such a beginner and I am so slow. So I thought if I start in September, hopefully I'll have it finished by the end of October, but we will see. I might still be going at Christmas. I do have some Christmas themed bobbin patterns, which I'd like to do. If I get this done, I will do a Christmas themed one. Not that I really said about Christmas, but I do like all of the funky things you can get, so I will do some. What I'm going to do is just pop a little pin in here, and then as I do them, put them that side, and then I know I've done them. I think that's going to be my best bet. Xmas pumping sounds cute. Really, they should be for all season. Yes, I agree. I'm a pumpkin all year round girl, hence all my needle felt pumpkins that are currently behind me. You can't see them on camera, but I have 20 of them behind me from felting them all last year. I just really love pumpkins. I don't know why I love pumpkins so much, but I do. Both in general cuteness of making characters and things. Some of my artwork are pumpkin characters. But also just in eating pumpkins. I really like pumpkin. Pumpkin and butternut squash soup is just so good. It's one of the things I look forward to in autumn. But now that the boys are older and we don't do trick-or-treating or anything, we don't tend to get as much pumpkin then. So I used to not waste the pumpkins. I'd have the main part of it for soups and things, so nothing got wasted, and we'd roast the pumpkin seeds and put them in toffee and things, because, you know, only half are healthy. It's still sliding. So on the stand I have it tied with the ribbon, which you can kind of see poking out here. I have it tied to the stand, so I might have to see if there's a way to tie it to this one when I'm using it up here, so that it stops wandering. I've never eaten them. You've never eaten pumpkin? Ooh, well in that case you'll have to have some of my pumpkin and butternut squash soup when we get some made. As long as you're not allergic to it, that is, obviously. We've got wrapped around that bobbin there. I think these colours are going to look alright for the pumpkin. What do you reckon? It was a little iffy because it's not quite as orange as I planned, because it's more orange, yellow and brown. But I think it's going to be alright. If you missed it earlier, I'll show the threads again so you can see them properly. Stop sliding everywhere, dude. This is the colours. I think that's going to be alright for a pumpkin, isn't it? You're kind of lucky in that department. Never been allergic to anything, which makes me feel guilty because I also don't like to eat most things. Duncan doesn't eat most things and he's not allergic, he just doesn't eat them. Like, Duncan doesn't eat tomatoes. His brother is allergic to them. But Duncan is not, but he doesn't eat them because he doesn't like them. Duncan doesn't like pasta, he doesn't like tomatoes, he doesn't like cheese, he doesn't like mushrooms, doesn't like pizza, doesn't like spaghetti bolognese, he doesn't like all the good stuff. He wants plain meat and potatoes, which is my idea of hell and his idea of heaven. We are literally the opposite ends of the scale when it comes to food. I'm actually going to see if I can get Duncan to make me some wood turn bobbins with a little bit of extra weight on them, because as pretty as the beaded ones are, they do affect my hands, and these thin ones, they're really pretty, but turning them is quite painful for my hands. So I think I'm going to get him to make me some that are more like, I can get to it here. This one here, it's got a kind of a bulb on the end. I think I'm going to see if I can get him to make some chunkier ones a bit like that for me, so that it doesn't hurt my hands so much. Just if I can have some of them be chunky. I don't need them all to be chunky, but if I have some of them, then that would take the strain off my hands most of the time if I make them my most commonly used ones, and then the ones that get picked up for little projects I can do with small. Worst one I knew was someone called Stacey who was allergic to potatoes, and to be honest, that one really hurt my soul. She was allergic to potatoes. Oh yeah, that would hurt. I couldn't imagine not having my roast potatoes. Or chips, but mainly roast potatoes. I have a thing for roast potatoes. If you gave me a roast, I would happily just sit and eat roast potatoes and ignore the rest of it. I do like my roasted veg, so I would eat that too. But I'll leave the meat. I can quite happily leave the meat. But if you didn't give me roast potatoes, I'd be so upset. So Duncan made some roasted veg, chicken and roast potatoes Tuesday, I think it was. And he'd put it into my little flask like he always does for me to munch on during my breaks. But I didn't actually have it until after stream. I messaged upstairs to him and I'm like, there's a container of roast potatoes beside my bowl. Are they for me? And he's like, I thought you might want some extra. And I'm like, yes I do, and I ate them before I ate the stuff in my flask because I wanted those roast potatoes. How many bobbins do you have for your pumpkin? Okay, so the pattern says 19. 19 pairs, so 38 bobbins. You can do it with more bobbins and work simultaneously doing a bunch of these all, you know, you can have the whole thing set up in one go if you wanted, so you could work with more bobbins, but I think 38, 19 pairs is the minimum you need for it, and that's what I'm working with. I'm not going to work with more than the base amount because obviously that would be overwhelming. But yeah, so for the pumpkin, it's 38. So this is what we're working on. So yeah, Glacier Bee is the thing. I don't know if you can read that. So we're currently building this bit, and I'm just doing this bit in the middle here. So we work this bit here simultaneously with that, then those get took off, and we work down the outside edge here all the way down to the bottom, and then you work this side down while simultaneously doing the infill for that side, and then the same on that side, so you can just work section by section. So you shouldn't need more than 19 bobbins at once, but if you wanted, you could literally set every single one up and work down across the board. But I am not that brave, so I'm not going to do that. You'd be surprised by how many things have potato as an ingredient too. Yes, it's in so much because it's used as a bulking agent and a filler. It's the same with tomatoes. It's in so many products that made it really dangerous for Duncan's brother. It's all going crisscross applesauce. Yep. Yeah, I don't actually know if I have enough thread on these bobbins. As I said, she didn't actually say how much you needed. She said about a guide of certain times the length, but I don't know what the length for this is all the way around because I'd have to do each individual section, and then that gets complicated. So I've winged it, and if we run out, we just add more on. You know, it's not hard to add more on. It's just try and not join it in, like we joined these ones in. Yeah, apparently ads are starting in about 3 minutes. I will probably forget again because I forgot to set my alarm for them again. I need an auto alarm thing that goes off every time the ads finish because I forget. But technically, the bit that you see facing us is actually the back of the project. So you have all the knots and things on this side, and you glue down the ends now on this side, and then you'd turn it over for the finished project. So the swirl is going that way, but you'll turn it over and it'll actually be the other way around. So if you wanted the swirl to be this way around, you'd have to print it out in a mirror, so that it all, I think, because it flips over. Does that make sense? Hopefully I made sense then and not a bunch of gobbledygook, which, you know, let's be fair, is highly possible with me. I like pan like that. It gives some real cool effects, like a spirograph. I love spirograph. I actually have 2 lots of spirograph stuff here because I absolutely love them. I am a child of the 80s and 90s. Nope, wrong way. I might have done it the wrong way again. Let's see. Clockwise, Sonia, clockwise. Yeah, I used to do spirograph art. I haven't done it for ages. I lost the ability to stop the spirograph parts from jumping. I used to be able to do it, and then I lost the ability. But I've been practicing, and I was getting the hang of it, and then I stopped again because the wall shows took up so much of my time. Who knew when I started dyeing hand-dyed yarn that it would actually become my main focus of my business, and I'd end up with hardly any time to do anything. Sliding again. I need to get back to doing my colouring pages. That's something Holly started doing colouring on Fridays. And I joined in last week. I'm joining in this week. I've already pre-printed the page. I'm prepared. But I need to get back to doing my colouring book designs because I started doing them and had some friends test out some of the pages several years ago. And then I just ran out of time to continue doing them, so I need to get back to doing them. Yes. Yeah, no, I'm prepared this time. There won't be a last minute rush. But I saw your post about you're gonna do coloured pencils this time, and actually I haven't bothered putting it on watercolour paper because what I'm gonna do is use some of my coloured pens, or possibly my pencils. I haven't decided yet. I only did one knot then instead of two. So yeah, I think I'm gonna copy you, Holly, and do either my pencils or my pens instead of my watercolor pens this time round. I thoroughly enjoyed doing it with my watercolor pens. They were actually really nice. The watercolor brushes, not pens, but I have so many pens and pencils that I haven't used in ages as well. I think it'd be quite nice to do something different with them. Oh, ads are in progress. Sorry, people. We will go BRB so that nobody misses anything, but we'll be back in a second. on the wrong camera, but never mind. All my screens are all messed up. I don't know why. We have discovered those on YouTube. If you want to join in, use that QR code that's there. And you can join in that way. And that needs. That wasn't too bad, considering it's just the two of us doing it. I noticed you asked about the music. It's actually from wonderful Holly, who's been in chat. It's music that she had commissioned, and she very kindly allowed me to use. And I really enjoyed it. I think we're probably just going to exit it there. I know we haven't died, but there's only a couple of us doing it, so we'll go back to the crafting screen. Oh, I forgot to turn my screen background. I can't see you guys if I don't turn the screen background. There we go. Nice little brain tease way to keep my job. Exactly. Oh, I'm talking about that. On the 25th, which is a Thursday, instead of doing a craft stream, we're actually going to just do a words on stream for the whole stream. Checked in with Kate, who often takes part, and she's actually off on that day. So that means she'll be able to join in completely and not just lurking, working. So yeah, Thursday the 25th, instead of a craft stream, we will do a full stream of just playing words on stream for anyone who wants to join in. I will try to go live a different day that week to do my craft stream. Might be that I'll do the craft stream on the Tuesday and the game stream on the Thursday. I don't know. Are you able to pop in on Tuesday, Cheryl, or is Thursday the only day you can pop in? So obviously I know you only come along to the craft streams. Though you could still craft while we're playing words on stream if you like. I don't mind. I know it seems silly rewinding all of these, but it generally does seem to make a difference, and I don't know why, but it does. So we will rewind them, and then they will hopefully stop falling apart on me. Tuesdays you're quilting. Okay, so you can't make it Tuesdays. Is there any other days? I'm trying to think what else I've got on that week to whether I mean, I'm hoping to do more streams anyway. Just the words on stream one will actually be on my other YouTube channel, not on my craft ones. I'm trying to go back to putting my games and my jigsaw puzzles on my gaming jigsaw puzzle YouTube channel and just have crafts on this YouTube channel again, because I've experimented for several months of having my puzzles and games and things on this one and not on this one, and it actually makes absolutely no difference to my subscriptions or viewerage or ad revenue. So as it makes no difference, I'm just gonna put them on my other channel. I mean, my ad revenue drops a little because obviously my other channel doesn't have enough subscribers to be on ads yet, but not enough that it's going to be important loss or anything, you know. You're not at home then. No worries. Okay, cool. But I could always just catch you the next Thursday. You can make it. I'm going to start doing some evenings and weekends with Duncan, but we'll probably be doing either jigsaw puzzles or 2-player games, or he'll stream and I'll just mod for him while doing some crafts myself or something. But Duncan's got next week off work, so he's going to start, and he may start streaming tomorrow, because he's got tomorrow off work because it's his birthday. So depending on the weather, to whether we're going out anywhere, depends whether he will start his stream journey tomorrow or next week. It's going to be nice. He's taking a week off work that we actually don't have a wall show or something that we're prepping for, so it's actually time off, which is going to be really nice and very unusual because we haven't had any actual time off. God, in years. Because normally he's taking the time off to do prep for wall shows or to take me to hospital and things like that. The 19th next week, I do have another hospital appointment, so definitely won't stream on that day unless I get back in time. I'm trying to remember what time my appointment is, because the 19th is a Friday, isn't it? Which means I might miss Holly's stream for colouring. I don't know. I can't remember what time my appointment is. Almost got them all done. Chat seems to have been behaving today. It's been putting the YouTube ones through the restream, so I don't know why it didn't do that on Tuesday. I feel really bad because somebody had commented, and then I'm guessing they'd left by the time I'd seen the message, because they didn't respond after that. And I never want people to think I'm ignoring them, because I'm never ignoring. Sometimes I miss them just because I'm an idiot, but I never ignore people. I try to always respond. Hopefully all goes well. Yeah. Well, my hospital appointment was just the check-up after my hearing test I had last week? Week before? When did I have it? Can't remember when I had it, if it was last week or the week before. But this is just to see the results and do any adjustments needed to my hearing aids, so nice and simple. Why do you keep sliding? I think I might get Duncan to try to knock out a stand that's I can attach this to. I keep finding new woodwork projects for Duncan to do. He's only got so many hours in a day, but I keep finding new ones for him. I'm getting really hot. I'm expecting lots of rain and thunderstorms. I was actually worried that we'd lose our power and I'd lose my stream. But we had a little bit of thunder earlier, but it's mostly gone. It really seemed to pass us over. Which is a shame because I really like thunderstorms. It's probably a good thing because the tree out the back is totally going to go down in a proper storm. But I find them rejuvenating. The energies from them are just fabulous. Last one, and then we can get on to doing the actual making of this section. These are the only bobbins I pre-wound, so from this point onwards we won't have to stop to rewind bobbins. I'll only have to do bobbins when I either run out of thread or we need to add an extra bobbin in, which I don't think there should be a point that I need to add extras in until I've already taken some off these. So we will see. But I expect at some point we will run out of thread. Right, I think I'm going to move my working threads out of the way by moving these across this way for a minute. And pop these ones out of the way too, because none of them are needed until we go back this way. Okay, so let's get these to a more workable length for a minute. So you want to make sure you got all your pairs set up correctly. That one's trying to come loose. Not allowed. Thank you very much. Move these around a bit for a second. Out of my way while I get the next ones ready. Want these two. And then it's these two. Let's see. These two next. Okay. These are the last two for this side. That pin back up there out of the way. Now we need to do these ones. So those two. Keep them separate for the minute. We're gonna be working them into each other, but just keep them separate while I get the correct bobbins in line. See, experts can work this really fast and quickly see which bobbins go where. I am not one of those people. So we will do this slow and steady. Almost done. Those two and those two. Okay, so now these ones are going to go over that side, and these ones are going to go over that side as we work them across. So we want to move that out of the way a minute. Shift these this way. Grab our first two here, let's put them there, and shove that one there just for a second. So these are the two centre ones, one pair from each side. So I'm going to work this side first across to that way. So we're going to take these two and we're just going to work it all the way through all of those. So similar to what we've been doing for this, but we're just doing it across them all. That makes sense. And then I hope and pray that I've remembered how to do this properly. But I'm pretty sure that's the way we're supposed to go. So make sure we get these untangled there. Those two. Try to keep them in the correct order, makes it easier. So if I keep going off, it just keeps shifting. As I said, don't take anything I've done as a tutorial. I am still very beginner at this. So I may mess up. Right, I'm going to shove those ones to that side because they're the ones we're not working on right now. That's the ones that follow down this route. We're only working on these. Then I'm going to shove a pin in there and then we can shove them all over. So we've done the first one from this over here. We're now going to take the next pair, which is these two, and we're going to do the same thing, take them all the way over. Definitely prefer working on my stand because I have these longer so they hang further out of the way. So they stop falling together so much. But I will get the hang of doing it this way. Just make sure you don't get any of these twisted, because otherwise when you come to do the tensioning and positioning, it will get stuck. Oh yes, I'd love one, thank you very much. Duncan has just snuck downstairs and offered me a Coca-Cola. I am not going to say no to that. Even if he puts it 10 miles out of my reach, I can't reach it while I'm doing this. That side would be wonderful, thank you, darling. Okay, so that's those two over there now. And hopefully you can see how it's kind of just weaving in itself over. So we're going to grab the next two. We're going to take them all the way through. We're just going to repeat this for each one. So there is a proper tutorial on YouTube on how to do this by the lady whose pattern is Glacier Bee. I forgot to put it in the description for YouTube. I will pop it in when I edit it later. I don't like edit the lives, but I sometimes change the thumbnail or the description if we change it up. So I'll put the description, I'll put the link to Glacier Bee's channel and her thing on it. I'm hoping she won't mind me doing this on my channel. I'm not teaching it, I'm just showing you as a beginner and how I work along, you know. And if you want to do it, you can come buy her pattern. Her patterns are really reasonably priced as well, so I have quite a few of her patterns. Okay, that's that one over, so we pop that one over. That's done, so we now go to the next pair. You see how these ones are slowly working their way this way as we move those ones that way. I think you can just do it from the opposite direction if you want. It's a personal preference, because the outcome will still be the same. But now I've rewound these the correct way, they are definitely working much better. She says while getting them stuck. There we go. Oops, don't want to put them that way. Yeah, I recommend checking out Glacier if you want to see how the experts do it, because she is amazingly fast. Though on her TikTok she has shared some of the Spanish ladies who do bobbin lace, and how fast they do it is amazing. You have to play with those ones, they keep getting stuck. Don't know what's going on with them, I'll have to have a look at them in a second. That's those ones done. Right, before I do the next one, I'm just gonna go through and try to lengthen these ones. I don't know why they're getting a little stuck. I've gone from having them be too loose to being too tight. Let's just unravel a little and do it again. I wonder if I accidentally put an extra twist in or something. Let's see, as soon as I've done it again. There we go. There we go. I'm going to make all these ones a little longer. the experts can do this as they go, which I cannot. I've got a little long, but that's okay. Never mind. Right. Now we move on to this one. So we still have these ones here to go. Those ones are the ones we do later. So just make these a little longer. Careful to make sure none of your threads go around each other. I think I got one done wrong there. Let's see, there it is. You want those two next. Almost picked up the wrong ones next because it's stuck underneath. Yeah, I think I need to put it on a slightly higher stand so that these can dangle down a little better. But I hadn't really planned on how I was going to do this on here because I wasn't 100% sure I was, because I didn't know if I'd get it set up in time. Okay, next two. I want to try to keep your bobbins all at the same length because they're easier to work with. I still have not quite managed to master that skill, as you can tell. But I will get there, slowly but surely, you know. I can see I accidentally twisted these up there. So I'm just going to see if I can sneak it around and put it back the right way. That way round. And then back under there. There you go. Now they're the right way round. Now we're working with those two. And it's these two. Put those that way. And we'll pull down. almost done on this bit. There's two there. Just roll back that way. Work on these two, which was the last two. Okay, so I'm gonna shift these this side as I go now because this is the last one to go around, and then that will get them all into the position needed. Nope, no, not twisted then. That's the bonus. It's really easy to undo if you get them twisted. Once we get to the other side of these, I want to put a pin in, and then we're going to tension them all. So that's the last one. So they've now all officially swapped sides. We want a bigger pin for this one because there's a lot of pieces. We want to shove it all the way up there, and then we're going to want to pull the tension on every one of these to try to get it in line again. Get them do that, and then I can see where they go. That one goes there. Just gonna tighten that one back up because it's got a little loose. That one's still slipping down, I don't know why. Okay, so I gave those a good pull. I'm going to want to do the same to that side. Just going to keep them separate for a minute. Okay, so you want to give these all a nice pull because we want to even out that spread. So these ones are pulled tightly quite nicely, but we want to pull on the opposite two as well. That one's that way, and those two. And I want to put on these two and these two. It can take a little bit. You want to make sure you get it all done, otherwise it won't sit properly when you take the pin out. You might have to do this several times just to try to get it all done. And again, the experts will do this way faster than me. See, we're getting there. Just a little bit more pulling. Go backwards. Yeah. Ooh, it's off the slide. I think there's one of them. Let's see. That one got that one. See, one of them still a little. There we go, that one there. The one that keeps coming loose. That's why it keeps coming loose. I missed one that's still wound the wrong way round. See what I mean? For some reason they come loose when it's the wrong way round. That one's the only one coming loose that I've spotted, and it's the wrong way round. So let's rewind it. I wonder how I missed that one. Either that or I rewound it and I rewound it the wrong way again. Which would be just my luck. There we go. Now it's round the right way, hopefully. It won't be so bad. It will stay correct. Right, so you can see how these are all now nicely pulled, taut and around. So now at this point, let's keep our centre there a minute. We're going to want to start working these out into the thing as we work down. So if we take these ones and pop them there for a minute, I'm going to work this side first. So we're going to take the first two that's here. And what we're going to do is we're going to take them across and work them through that one. 90% sure that's correct. As I said, don't quote me, watch the expert. this is, I find this fun, even if it's a little fiddly for me at first. So we would just get used. Why is that stuck that way around? That's why. Stop sliding. Almost tempted to tie the ribbon to the camera stand so that it doesn't move. It's not much longer for this stream, so make sure they're not twisted. Have a look at them. But we're just gonna do that, and then I can grab them as I need them. Much better. That way. Okay, so we fed them back food themselves, but now we're going to feed them into this one and start moving this down as well. So grab the correct 2, which is that one, and where are you? There you are. Get it untwisted. There we go. There. Let's move these a little longer. So we're just moving these out here. I actually twisted them there. Let me untwist them. Because actually in this one I accidentally twisted them. Right, make sure they're not twisted this time. There we go. And now put it through. It's not the end of the world if you have a twisting, I don't think, but it will affect how it sits, so. Excuse me. Now we're gonna, we've worked that out, we're gonna work this bit, which I think is correct. So I take my working ends and I move them out to there as well. trying to see whether I should have put a pin in there or not. As I said, not 100% sure what I'm doing here. Don't think so. I think that I put the pin in when I get them across. Let's have a look. Let's untake them off a minute. Let's have a look. Yeah, I think there should be a pin in there. As I said, don't know what I'm doing. Just still learning how this all works. For a tutorial, watch the expert. Okay, just take that pin out. I think I should pin it when I put them out there, not these. There. And then, do I want to take these out yet? She says we can take them out when we want, but I think what she did was took them out as you added the other one in, so that they had a little more secure. So I'll leave them there for a second. I can double check the tutorial later, and if I've got it wrong I can just undo and do it again, but I don't think it's going to matter too much. Now I think we grab the next one, work that one across before we work these back. I think that's correct. We will soon find out, won't we? Why have you come so loose? These are the next two we're working. Hoping I'm not missing any chat. I think it's all coming through alright. If I've missed something, there is on Twitch, there is a thing to tell me I've missed. Just redeem a channel point to do it. Why are you stuck? Actually just here a knot. I don't know what's going on. I told you you all learn with me. Watch how I mess up so you don't do it. Okay. take it back. There we go. That's better. So I'm not being chatty, guys, just concentrating. One day I'll get better at this, and then I don't need to listen to just the sound of bobbins while I try to make my brain wrap around it. There, that's across, and now we're going to work them across these ones. So we're going off camera again, aren't we? So the bobbins are naturally trying to hang down off the table. I think I need to find a better way to film this as well as the spinning wheel. I can't film that at the moment with this setup, so I think I need to go up with a third setup that does the bobbins and spinning streams. Right, now we're going to work these back with it. I said I don't know if I'm doing this right. As long as it works for me, it's all that matters. I'll rewatch the tutorial to learn how to do it properly later. Pin that in place. Okay, so these are the new ones, these are the old ones. So they've already gone forward and they've come back part way. So I'm just going to lift them up out of the way and they will get taken out later. Now, what am I doing? What do I do here? Okay, yeah, so yeah, we put the pin in for that, didn't we? So we're gonna go twist, go back the other way. Pop a pin in there. I'm going to pop that to the side a minute while we work the next two over, so that we can then lift out that one from previously. Yeah, they keep getting stuck, don't they? I think I'm only going to do one twist on them, see if that helps. I was doing two because previously they kept getting sliding, but maybe now that I've got them wrapped the right way, I don't need to do two twists on them. It's all a learning curve. Let's just do the one twist on it. So we've gone into an ad break, but I'm not going to bother stopping for this one, I don't think, because we're all quiet anyway. No one's chatting at the moment, so I don't think we need to. I will get up and stretch in just a second, just so I can move. Come back here. I'm moving these food to the outside edge. Move these. Just throwing them around now. Pinning. Oh, that's two pins there, son. I get for not looking. I'm not sure if this is 100% right, so I'm definitely going to check the tutorial, and I may end up taking it out. Can you see it's all slipped off again? I'm going to pop that one up now. Won't take much to undo it if I have got it wrong. Now, back on the stand. But you can see the gist of it anyway. It's moving across that way. Just not 100% sure I'm feeding it through correctly here. But it seems to be working, and that's all that matters. As I said, this is an intermediate pattern being done by a complete beginner because I'm a twit. So I don't mind too much if it's slightly wrong, because it's for me and I will learn as I go, you know? Right, I'm just gonna stand up and have a stretch break a minute as I missed the ad break there. Bread is nearly done. It's smelling good. Oh, nice. I'm jealous. Very, very jealous. Tempted to finish a little early. As you're also quiet. What was it? 1:15. This fresh bread in the kitchen that finished about half. Now you tell me? Duncan has just informed me there's fresh bread in the kitchen. Finished about 12:30 today, and he didn't tell me. Rude. That's just rude. I know what I'll be snacking on after I finish streaming, but I think I'm gonna do it now because the pain's kicking and I think I can get up and do it getting up and moving around. So let's see who we've got we can raid. As you're all pretty quiet tonight anyway, so I think you're all pretty busy. I know it's finishing a little early, but it's only 15 minutes early. It's not terribly early. But I could do it a little break and getting up and moving, so let's spell raid right. And then that should hopefully give the raid message. If you want to use that, don't worry if you don't. There is a way to send viewers from YouTube over to someone else, but I'm not entirely sure how you do it. How do we... Didn't my YouTube one just go off? I may have accidentally ended my YouTube one. Am I still there? Yeah, it's still there. Didn't my YouTube one just go off? Oh yeah, see there's the thing, I'm on the front end instead of the back end there. Just trying to see how we do that, send people to other things. In the customization? Redirect. Okay, so apparently nobody I know on YouTube is live right now. And I'm not sure I want to send you to a bunch of people I don't know, so I think probably best if we don't attempt to do the YouTube redirect just now. We'll leave that for now, and we'll just stick to doing the Twitch raid. I think it's going to be our best bet. So who have we got on Twitch that we can raid? Okay, now I'm going to butcher the name, but Fari Wigs, because I don't think I've raided them yet. Looks like they are doing coffee, crochet, and spooky. So how about we go and give them a hello? Let's see. It's letting me. It's not saying I can't raid them, so I'm going to guess that's okay. So yes, we're going to go across to them. So I will see you all soon. Thank you for coming by and keeping me company, and I will be back on Tuesday, if not before. You all take care. Bye.